Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I am your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, at your service and your families. Here on Voice of the Rings, I have three things here to announce in this video. One, we're going to go over why are there so many versions of Durin's Day on the calendar. Alright, we've got, for example of putting this video out for 2024, we have today, October 3rd, we have October 19th, we have October 22nd, we have October 30th. Why are there all these versions flying around on the internet? Which one's correct, which one's not? The short answer is, they're all correct. The long answer, well, it's a little bit more interesting. And then we also have the fact that I'm going to be celebrating Durin's Day here on my channel, always on October 19th, because it's one of the main dates that the professor, Tolkien, gave us, and it's a solid date that doesn't change. Keep that in mind for the information I'm about to tell you. And then on another note, I will be occasionally hosting a playlist on October 19th. If any of my other Tolkien YouTubers want to join in with me, or anyone doing Tolkien content who wants to reach out to me, I will make a playlist here on YouTube to celebrate it. Now, we already do all together, as you watch this channel and any of our other wonderful Tolkien YouTube channels here, we all do Tolkien Reading Day and Hobbit Day every year. It's a lot to add on another day, so no matter what, I'm going solo on this, but I'm going to invite other people and I will host a playlist if you guys want to join me, so no obligation. Anyway, my friends, so back to everyone who is watching here, we are going to be focusing on the fact that let's start with why am I choosing the 19th, all right? The 19th of October is the date that Tolkien set for in the book, all right? So in the story of the Hobbit book, that is when Tolkien chose it to be. But, what is what Zollin says in the book, the end of, it's the beginning of Durin's Day, is the beginning of the Dwarven year, correct? And Zollin says, I quote, "When the last moon of autumn and the first moon of winter appears in the sky together." All right. So now with that information, this is why the date changes. So on average, if we were going to use the Dwarven calendar year, Tolkien is very advanced in how he does stuff. So basically there's several different calendar years to get this quickly finished, this story. But we have the 22nd was calculated by Andreas Mon. I believe I said that last name right, but maybe. Estimated the Durin's Day is on October 22nd of the Shire reckoning, of the Shire calendar, meaning the Hobbits, all right? Tolkien set the Durin's date as October 19th in the history of the Hobbit, which is what I'm going to go on here on my channel, because I feel like that makes the most sense. So we always have the solid same date, so it's not changing all the time. And then we have Karen Wynn Fonstad. Is that how you say her last name? I'm not sure I'm saying that right. She estimated Durin's Day to be on October 30th based on the traveling times and distances of the dwarves in the book. Okay? And I believe she's also basing that off. There's a couple other things that can also change that, okay? Another thing that can change that is the fact that the difference in the Dwarven, all right, there's a rough difference in the Dwarven based on, I saw a really good line here. I was studying this ahead to make sure. Yes, so the Dwarven calendar versus also, like, the Elven and stuff as well. But then for the last one, why in the world, all right? So let me bring this up here on the bottom. What about the changing time based on the actual description Zollin gives us, right? So that's one that a lot of people are using. Like, for example, for 2024, it's the 3rd of October. It has to do with our actual moon phases. So there's a difference between if you're using the time periods that Tolkien gives us with either the Shire calendar or the Dwarven calendar or the Middle Earth years, or and again there's similarities, right? Unless you go back to the years of the lamp, there's differences, but pretty much it's one for years. Pretty much is close. But then what if you're doing it based on our world, right? Our world calendar and our moon phases. Okay, so that is so there's some information there. If you bring up the Encyclopedia of Ardar, all right, they actually give us a description here of the all the years translated to Dwarvish years using the Gregorian calendar or our world calendar, right? Now, you could say, Middle Earth is in the past. There's some theories for that with Tolkien's writing and notes, but let's say they're separate worlds for this example. So as you can see here, it was October 6th on 2021, 2022 was the 25th. 2023 was the 15th. This year it's the 3rd. Next year it'll be the 21st. This is why I'm not going to use this version for mine. And also I prefer to kind of use the lore of the books and what Tolkien, the professor, said. Durin's Day was October 19th. Since he wrote that out, I'm going with that. So, but this is the reason why. So because you're using that information, right, that Tolkien also wrote and made up, that Balin says it's, the last, when they're in the sky at the same time, the last moon of autumn, blah, blah, blah. Basically, that causes the years, the date to change. Because the moon cycles change, right? We know that. We've taken our classes on lunar and, celestial things. Okay, we won't go into that too much more. But pretty much that kind of answers the question for you, I hope. A little less than 6-minute video. And a little announcement that we will be celebrating Durin's Day here on my channel on the 19th. All right, so it should be a lot of fun. And with that, my friends, I hope you have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Stay happy. Have a great Durin's Day, whether it's you're celebrating today or you're celebrating on the 19th or 22nd or 30th or whatever year, if you're using the moon actual phases. We'll leave that up to you. Yes. So you guys have a great day. I always think the Baroque. He says that in the show. Mary, right? When they're doing the pipe rings, and then Treebeard's like, "What are you doing down there?" Yeah. Anyway, have a great day. Like and subscribe if you want, and I will see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. I know this was a silly, fun little video, but I just thought it'd be fun to talk about it real quick. I will link this in the description. If you want to see the moon versions of Durin's Day based on our time, Gregorian calendar, which is the Encyclopedia of Ardar. But again, I will be celebrating it on the 19th. If you do the 30th, cool. If you do the 22nd from those other calculations that people made from the story versions and the Hobbit Hobbit calendar, sweet, fantastic. I like the 19th personally myself. And have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. And again, they're all correct. So pick whichever one your heart desires more, or celebrate them all if you really like the dwarves' secret and they just want to party a lot all October. Barukazan, Kuzan, I menu. Stay happy, and thank you to my wonderful Patreons for their support. Thank you, Rev, for being a royal guard, and I will see you all in the next ones, my friends. Thanks for watching this little 7-minute video. Stay happy, my friends. More to come. More to come. We already have the party scheduled for October 19th on the channel. If you want to check it out. So, see you in the next one.